Right.
Jesus.
Make sure that stays in. They gotta know what's going on here.
Yeah. Ooh.
My boy's playing. My boy's playing injured.
Yeah. Did you get sick at
Jordan.
all recently? The past
Oh God, yeah.
month-ish.
Oh yeah.
Something's going around.
When we were up on the mountain, I got real bad sore throat and all stuffed up, but you know, fought through it.
When Hannah came over for the holiday, she brought something horrible, and I am usually one to never get sick, but when I do, it's pretty hard, and I was out for a good week.
Yeah, all the you can bring back a bunch of nasty stuff from colleges.
Oh
man.
God, I can't
There's
even
all sorts
imagine.
of wild crap that goes on.
Ugh.
Yeah, as long as as long as you can get rid of it, because not all that stuff you can get rid of. You know, some of it sticks around for a while. So that's very positive.
And there are some things that you can catch in college that you can't get rid of.
That's right. Exactly. Oh man, college, good times. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome back from the holiday hiatus. But you knew we were coming back. I know you missed us, but I knew that you knew we weren't going anywhere.
Ooh.
This is Ben and Nick back at you on the Flick Your Big podcast on the Flick Your Big Podcast Network.
He's Ben and I'm Coughing Nick.
Nah, it's Coughing Nick. He sounds great. It's wonderful. Nick's got his version of the Jordan flu game. He's playing sick here, but it's just gonna up his game all the more. You know,
dude,
just gonna focus and fight through.
I've been actually thinking. I've been kind of craving some another Jock Rock episode. I think you should do another Jock Rock episode.
I know, right? I gotta figure out who I want for that. Yes, I totally agree. Jock Rock's got to come back for sure. We just got to get someone hooked up, make sure their mic and stuff isn't too crappy. That's the only problem when you're doing people who are not professional podcasters like us.
Is I don't really follow basketball, but it's NBA season, right?
Oh yeah. I can do NBA, I can do hockey, I can do all sorts of stuff, man. NFL playoffs, there's all sorts of options I can jump into. I got a couple people in mind. I just got to make sure to run some experiments. We'll send you some like audio, like clips, and make sure that their mic that they're using is like not the absolute worst, so that we have like some decent.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
That's tough sometimes. Obviously, not everyone's a pro like us, Nick. I know it's hard to, hard to deal with, but there's some amateurs out there.
Yeah, I went to college.
Some weebs. I went to college. Yeah, man. To college. You betcha. Learn all sorts of fun stuff. Anyway, today, guys, the episode, we're just going to be catching up, man. I mean, probably going to be one of our least formal episodes we've ever done. We don't have a topic or anything because we haven't talked to each other in a while, and a lot of stuff has gone on. We got to catch up with each other, and it's been a long time. So we're just going to kind of talk and catch up, and you guys get to kind of be the fly on the wall there. Lucky you. But, Nick, I know it's been a while, but every episode starts the same way with what are we flicking our bigs to here this week. And this could be a long one. It could be something. It's been a long time since we've talked. So
yeah, very
true.
Got
a whole lot of time of things that could be potential flickings that you could pick from. So what do you have for us?
I'll go more positive for this one. Last night, as the day of this recording, we had a quote-unquote local Wi-Fi Super Smash Brothers tournament online. It was pretty fun.
You did.
Had it was mostly made up of people that grew up in Glenwood. We had a couple other people. They were like friends of friends. We had a friend's cousin enter too. Did
you call it the Glenwood Invitational? You should have.
I'm not sure if you know Alden Wignall, but he was the one that organized it, and he's made like a Facebook page about it. So big props to him for organizing stuff like that, because that is not easy to coordinate. But I believe he called it the Pony Creek Classic, which is really fun.
Ooh, that's even better. Even better. I shouldn't have said anything. That's awesome.
I got a good chuckle. Name. I got a good chuckle out of that.
Pony Creek.
Yeah, we had 17 combatants. I live streamed the thing. So that's another reason why my voice is gone, because I don't usually commentate things for 6 hours, but I did my best to commentate a Smash tournament for 6 goddamn hours. It was fun.
That's amazing.
I had a lot of fun.
Well, what was your style? Are we like play by play, or were you just kind of like Over the top.
Most, I guess, esports fighting game commentators play by play. It's very live, and you comment on things and just kind of improv, bouncing off the walls, just reacting to things that are happening. Definitely, like, if you think that being like a sports commentator or commentating for anything live, it's really hard, actually, because you gotta react to it.
I have nothing but respect for
you gotta
those
react to everything. You gotta be entertaining, while also most of the time people are getting information that is buzzing in their ears while they still have to have a thought process to talk. It's not easy. So
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, those people blow my mind.
Yeah. So that was
so was
fun.
it when you say play by play? Was it like, oh, and the Link uses his down B, but the Donkey Kong like shielded and rolled away? Like, nah, dude, that's awesome. That's really cool.
I was doing it by myself, so that's probably another factor why my voice is gone. Because one, it's hard enough to commentate, but two, when you're only doing a solo commentation, it's even more harder because you don't have anyone to bounce off. So that was interesting. I ended up taking first place in the tournament, though, so I was pretty happy with that.
That kid. That's what I'm talking about. So you are the Pony Creek
Classic
champion. Yeah, the reigning champion.
I suppose so. For this first tournament, we have another guy that couldn't make it. He kind of has a history of being a really good melee player, so I'm not sure if how I stacked up.
Translated?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I stacked up against him because I haven't played him yet. But he's kind of the last person that I need to challenge for this kind of game. So, but I was pretty happy with the tournament. It went me first place, second place James, third place Patrick. So it was pretty fun.
Those would have been the three I'd have been betting on, so I would have made some money. I like it.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. That's cool. Yeah, I got the Twitch because I get like notifications whenever you come live or whatever. But I was not on my. I was out on my Wi-Fi, and I was like, "Oh, damn it! Dang, I wish I could have cut some of that. That's awesome. That's really fun. I hope you make that a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do that semi often because that'd be really. That's really interesting. Awesome. That is really cool.
Alrighty.
Well, my flicking your bick. I've got a surprise for you, actually.
Okay.
I have a guest appear a guest on the podcast who's gonna flick her bick instead. She claims she has a really good one. So if the guest could come on down here and hop on the mic.
It's Ellie, isn't it? It's Ellie.
Yes,
right?
It's my dog.
It's totally Ellie.
Hers is butt sniffing and treats. Highly underrated. Everyone come check that out.
Oh, Ellie.
Yeah, that's about it, honestly. She's sleeping peacefully on the bed right now. All right, we have our guest Flicker here. She's circling into the podcast studio. We're letting her in through the secure doors.
Sure.
Past the security.
Get the clearance.
Here she comes. All right. Get all the way up closer, Mike. Introduce yourself. The world. Introduce yourself to the world.
Hi.
Get in there.
Hello.
Get all up in that mic.
Hi, my name's Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Nailed it.
This is what you guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the studio. So Emma, what have you been flicking your bick to these last couple weeks, days?
Couple weeks?
Yeah. You said you had a good one. I'm really curious to hear it.
There is a Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. There's a Netflix show called Bodyguard that I have loved.
We've been watching this together, actually.
Okay.
It is the best show. One of the best shows I've ever watched.
Wow.
And it is...
Tell me a little bit about it. Come on. Gotta sell it. Sell it to people.
It is about an ex-military man coming back into the UK to protect... It's not the Prime Minister, but it's the House Secretary or something like that. I don't remember what it was. but he is her bodyguard, and she has very radical policies that are, I would say, he's more against.
Yeah.
And then there's
a lot of things
happen
occur
between them, and it's a really, really, really good show.
So who's it star?
I have no idea.
Richard Madden of Game of Thrones fame. Robb Stark.
Oh yeah,
it's on Netflix. It's a BBC show, but it's somehow like being streamed on Netflix. I'm not entirely sure how that agreement works, but yes, it is a very good, tense kind of social, political thriller. And we have been greatly enjoying it. And my personal favorite thing about the Brit shows is they're not that long. They're like 8 episodes, you know? And like I can actually, it's like, oh, this is actually achievable. I can watch this. So yeah, it's been really anything else to say about Bodyguard, Emma?
No, heavily recommend it.
She's heavily attracted to Richard Madden, mainly because of his Scottish accent.
Very into Scottish guys.
I'm Googling Bodyguard right now and looking at the images, and I can't believe this is Robb Stark. He looks so old, like in a good way. He's super manly looking.
He's a stud. So apparently the show is like extremely popular over in across the pond,
in the UK.
And yes, and I mean, these are rumors, you know, taken for what it's worth. That because of this, he's like in the running for the next Bond. Which would be interesting to say the least. I want Idris Elba to be the next Bond, but yeah, we will see.
Yeah, I totally would be okay with Idris Elba being the next Bond. That'd be dope.
Oh, dude, yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, and anything else to say while you're on the podcast, while you're sharing your thoughts and feelings with the world?
Can I be on the podcast today?
No, not. You want to be on just a total guest speaker? Well, okay, fine.
My opinions ever.
I am very okay with that.
Do you have that? Do you have that many opinions?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Are they like appropriate to share? You're not gonna get fired or anything?
On what, your 20 followers, your 20 listeners?
Oh yeah,
that you know of. All right, cool. So that is our what we've been flicking our big to, Bodyguard on Netflix. Check it out, and also check out Nick's commentating when it comes back around. That sounds awesome. I'm really excited to check that out.
It wasn't
Explain
the
to me,
best, but it's a start.
How does Twitch work? Can I go back and view that like archived?
Yeah,
or is that
that's on,
not a thing? Can you do that? Is that possible? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how Twitch works, but all right, cool. That is awesome. All right. Well, like I said before, today's podcast is just a little catch-up time. Ketchup and mustard time here with your two favorite hosts. So we haven't talked in... I mean, we've like texted here and there, but we haven't really talked since the last time we recorded a podcast, which was like 3 weeks ago.
Almost a month.
The holiday break, man, it hit us hard. So give us, I guess, Nick, go first. Give us a little rundown. How was your holiday? What did you do? Et cetera, et cetera.
Holiday was okay. It was in terms of a holiday that is very family oriented. It was a classic American. Family runaround is the best way I can describe that. Just, me personally, just like, oh boy, family's here, great kind of deal.
Full of shenanigans.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, not much to report on. I enjoyed hanging out with my sister. I actually got, I used a lot of my PTO days for this week specifically.
Oh, nice.
So I had like 11 days off of work, so that was super nice. Definitely felt weird going back.
It's like almost daunting. It's like, what do I do with this? I need to make sure I use this. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, and
yeah, me and Hannah did all types of shit.
Awesome.
We went and saw Into the Spider-Verse. That movie was freaking good.
Oh my god. I almost want that to be a separate podcast because I have so many thoughts on it.
Absolutely.
But also I saw it like many weeks ago, so I don't remember a whole lot. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do that as a separate thing. But for now,
I've seen it twice.
Yeah. Best Spider-Man movie ever?
I would have to say, for me personally,
I love Homecoming. Good lord. But yeah, no, I think I have to agree.
I'm just very shocked that this came out of Sony Animation, because usually they do kind of a shitty job.
I know. It was wild. The animation style and everything was just completely unique. Like it looked incredible. We won't go too deep into Spider-Verse, but what Can you give me your favorite part of the movie, like favorite moment,
On
or like thing of
Sure.
like aspect of the movie, something like that?
Honestly, it was about seeing the different Spider-Men interact with them itself, because that's kind of my favorite thing, because who doesn't like a crossover? You just want to see these cool characters like talk to each other, which is cool.
Yes.
I super enjoyed like when you did see a bunch of the different Spider-Men on screen. You'd see like Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham and then Penny Parker all next to each other, and if you watch them, like each all those three characters, because all of their animation and just the backgrounds of them are so different from each other, like just watching them just stand there, they each had like a different animation style to each
Right?
other.
Oh, I know.
So every time you watch the
Which is
movie,
crazy.
every time you watch the movie, you just focus on different Spider-Man, and they just look and animate differently from everyone else in the entire show. It was incredible.
Yeah, that just animation in general, but yeah, I noticed that specifically too, which was just insane. What was your favorite of the Spider people?
You know, honestly, I really like Spider-Man Noir. I was a little bit Nicolas Cage. That's pretty cool. I do like him for the meminess about him,
dude.
but he actually did a really good like
It
1940s
was
like
awesome.
what'd you call it? 1940s like noir detective
Private eye kind of
language speaking that kind of way. He did that really freaking well. I enjoyed it.
So good. Dude, there's a couple moments in the movie I like just like laughed extremely loudly, like probably too much for the theater, but the theater we were in was all about it too. Yeah, I'd have to say either Noir or Jake Johnson's Peter Parker.
Yeah, he did a great job.
So happy. Well, I love that guy from like New Girl, obviously, but I don't know, he was just so good. His voice work was amazing, and he just perfectly encapsulated kind of like the washed up.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I really messed a bunch of stuff up. Peter Parker, he was so good, but like he was really funny, which isn't a surprise. Like you can do that, but even just like the dramatic stuff, he nailed. I was just so impressed. His version of Spidey, like probably one of my favorites. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you know? A little trivia for you. Do you know who the first one was? The first Peter Parker?
Like which Parker
Who
he
voiced
was,
him?
or who his voice was?
No, who voiced him?
I forget, but it was someone famous. It was like Chris Pine.
It's Chris
yeah,
Pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chris
that was
Pine.
pretty cool.
Which I didn't know at the time, but yeah, that was pretty great. Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite part was probably the soundtrack. Honestly, the soundtrack was
Soundtrack is freaking amazing.
so cool. Yeah, it was dope. And the moment when you saw all the spider suits in there, and you saw the Spider-Man PS4 suit,
oh yeah, that was
I
a
got
really cool nod.
very, 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 very excited.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. Emma, you saw Into the Spider-Verse with me. What was your favorite part of the movie? Speaking of the mic.
Favorite part, I think, would be.
You acted like you had one.
Well, you
You're like,
took it.
I
You
took
said
it?
the soundtrack.
Oh,
I didn't say the
my
soundtrack.
bad.
You know, I thought we weren't supposed to be talking too much
I really
about
like the
Into
animation
Spider-Verse.
style.
I know, we're going too far. Emma, wrap it up here.
I think the casting was amazing, from Nicolas Cage to Haley Steinfeld to John Mulaney. I just thought it
That's
was excellent picking all those people to do it.
Yeah. And Marshall Ali was awesome too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, please go see that. That's really good. Anyway, continue, Nick, about your holiday.
Let's see. Yeah, without.
You went to Korean barbecue. I saw pictures of that.
Yeah,
I was
we always
jealous.
gotta go to KBBQ when my sister's in town. Mostly because the lady that makes all the food really likes me and Hannah because we're both Korean,
Heck yeah.
and she gives us extra
Yeah.
food to, I think, fatten us up.
Heck yeah.
So
Well,
I am
of course.
A-okay
Yeah.
with that. Me, Hannah, Sam, and Abby went to a Dave and Buster's. Hannah really wanted to go to one for
Dude, I've
whatever
never
reason.
been to a Dave and Buster's before.
I mean, it's fun. You can eat and play arcade games. For me personally, they're not the arcades they have at Dave and Buster's. I don't want to sound like a schnob, but they're not the arcades that I would regularly want to go
Right.
play. They're very
It's like more like mainstreamy.
yeah,
like,
very
new
like
stuff.
Chuck E. Cheese, very commercialized arcades. They had some cool ones there, though. There are a couple that I really dug. But it was still a lot of fun. Yeah, it's
Nice.
for like $25. We got like an hour of like arcade time, so it was not bad.
That is awesome. Yeah, I've never been to that. That's one of the things I've always wanted to try, but just like haven't done it. That's awesome. Anything else to report back to the people?
I suppose. Well, unfortunately my dog passed away a couple days before Hannah left, so that was pretty sad.
Yeah, you and me both, man. It was
I think
a tough time there.
Yeah, I think Matt's dog passed away like a couple months ago too. Which, like, geez. That's a lot of good doggos gone.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's that's how it works, circle of life and all that. But it's tough. In our instance, it was hard, but it was the right thing to do. Like, like weigh like the quality of life and all that. It's like, well, okay, clearly this is the right move. It was nice. It was a clear, like, obvious decision.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any easier, but like it does. It's like we're doing what's best for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean.
Yep.
So that helps.
Oh yeah, that was kind of like the major bummer of the whole winter break.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. Me too.
Yeah. But life goes on.
Yep. And like you said, you did the best thing for the dog, and that's
right. Yep.
Exactly.
All right. Enough about wishy-washy stuff like that.
Yeah, away from yeah. Then we drank a bunch of beers, and it was really cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, my holiday. Like I said, Into the Spider-Verse, we saw that as well. But an interesting thing I want to talk to you about that. I went to an Alamo Draft House for the first time.
Oh, I haven't. I might have been to one of those. I don't know.
Have you been? There's one in West O. And spoiler alert, I highly recommend you go. It was the best movie going experience I've ever had. It was unbelievable. So people who don't know, Alamo Draft House, so you go and there's, it's like a bunch of different theaters like normal, but you sit in the movie theater itself, and there is like a table, kind of like fold up like table thing in front of you in your seats, and you can order food and drink of many different types.
Okay, yeah.
Not only before the movie, but also during the movie. Which I thought initially, I was like, well, I don't want people like walking around, like I want to watch the movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to like, eat at the same time. I wasn't really super that into it, but it's actually like the closest theater to us. We're like, all right, we'll give it a try, whatever. But it was awesome. Like the ordering process is really like simple and easy. It does not distract from the movie at all. They like duck down. Like he like refilled my beer, and I like didn't even realize it till like 10 minutes later. Like they do it so they're not distracting you whatsoever. But my favorite thing about it, they had a really big screen. It wasn't IMAX, but it was nice screen, like really good audio. Like all that was great. But my favorite thing about it was they do not play around when it comes to like movie noise, like talking people.
Yeah, no.
They will kick your ass out the first time. Like they will kick your ass out like right away. And that is like my dream, because that's like my pet peeve. And I usually have to be the one when I go to movies like yelling at people, because so many other people just like let them do it. And I'm like, no, this is like a social contract we entered into when we entered this theater, that we weren't going to be loud and obnoxious and selfish. And if you break it, I'm not just going to sit there and like let you do it. I'm going to yell at you and like point it out. So not having to do that and letting other people like have to worry about that was awesome. It was very great. Like they had this video beforehand. It's like, no joke, we will kick you out. You will not get a refund. Like, bye. And I was like, this.
And it's pretty expensive too. So.
Yeah. Actually, that's the thing. At least here, Denver prices. The other closest theater was an AMC, and I think the tickets for the Draft House were relatively the same, maybe like slightly more expensive. Like not even that much more, which was cool. And I didn't get any food just because I like wasn't hungry, but
sure.
I got a like local IPA that was on tap that was really reasonably priced. Like it was awesome, man. And the other cool thing about it is before the movie, it's not the usual like. I'm sure they run the same trailers that the people do, but like the part before the trailers, there's usually just like a lot of like dumb like commercials and stuff. But at Draft House, it was all like really interesting like background information about the movie you're about to watch.
Oh, okay.
So they were talking about like so they gave little profiles on all the spider people in the movie, like what issue they first showed up in, and like kind of like the history, like the character.
That's very cool.
Which was really helpful for that movie because there's a lot of different characters and stuff to keep track of. So that was really cool. They like showed some of like Haley Steinfeld's music, like the girl who played Spider-Gwen. It's like, oh yeah, she's also like this really big recording artist, and she was in blah 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 blah. And like the guy who voiced Miles, like same thing, like he was in this, and he also like did this, and this. So it was like just really informative, interesting stuff before you even like got to even the trailers. So I really find that interesting because I don't know, I think Star is that a Marcus? Because they're in Lincoln, it was all Marcus's, and they have the freaking like owner of like the theater, like, hi, I'm Marcus, blah blah blah, like, and I'm the theater guy, like my dad, and he has like the cheesiest, like stupidest, like opening ever, and it like pisses me off every time I saw it. So when that wasn't there, I was just really excited.
I feel like AMC was owned by Marcus, but not anymore.
Yeah, I don't remember how all
quote me on that.
Works, but yeah, no, it was awesome. It was 100% worth the extra money. Like I will not see a movie like anywhere else from here on out. So weird to say that was like, as I talked about that for so long, that like wasn't the highlight of my holiday, but it was really interesting, and I thought you would enjoy that because I know you're a big movie guy. But yeah, highly recommend. I think it's out by that Cabela's out in Westo.
Yeah. I relatively know where it is.
You should definitely go check that out for whatever next movie you want to see. It was really, really cool. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. Other than that, we went at a family Christmas trip. We all went out to Steamboat, Colorado for Christmas. We rented an Airbnb. There was like 12 of us there, and we skied for 3 days in Steamboat Springs, and it was amazing. Skiing's like one of my favorite things ever, and this was a incredible mountain. The like lift guys I was talking to said it has been the best snow they've had this early in the year in like a decade. So that was really nice. Really good snow, helps a lot, obviously. That was very, very awesome, and very much enjoyed that. And then Emma's parents came down and visited us in Denver for a couple days. That was really cool to see them, and that's about it. I mean, outside of the Steamboat trip was awesome, but outside of that, we didn't do a whole lot, which is what I like,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I like to just chill and relax and enjoy the time off. We brought a keg to the mountain, which was really cool. It was a really, really good beer from a brewery not too far from us called Denver Brewing Company.
Okay.
It's called Pretzel Assassin is the name of the beer.
Damn.
And it's an amber ale, and it's amazing. I really, really like it. So that was probably the highlight of the trip, was skiing and then coming back and drinking really good beer out of a keg at night. Falling asleep, waking up, doing it all over again. kind of my dream, honestly. I had no complaints. It was awesome.
I want to know.
But yeah, holiday times, man.
I want to know what Emma did over a break. I know you two were pretty much conjoined at the hip.
Yeah, pretty much did everything the same. Yeah, she didn't ski, so she like hung out at the base of the mountain and did like some shopping and stuff. They did a snowshoeing tour of the mountain the last day, which apparently was really cool, with like a local, and that gave all sorts of like cool information about the mountain and everything. But yeah, she didn't want to ski. It's pretty intimidating. It's a really big mountain and pretty steep. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, she especially with her job is a little more strenuous than what I'm doing right now, so she just really enjoyed the time off.
Sure, absolutely.
I know she was happy she finished season 2 of Big Mouth.
She
loves that show.
Yeah, you showed it to me.
I thought season 1, season 1's really funny. I haven't seen season 2, but sure like that. Are you watching anything new? Listening to anything new?
Interestingly, have you watched the Bandersnatch of Black Mirror yet?
No, I haven't. It's on my list. Everyone's talking about it, but I haven't done it yet.
God, you have definitely got to try it, because it is an
Did you watch Black Mirror before?
Oh, yeah. I love Black Mirror.
Okay, good.
So much.
Yeah.
Bandersnatch, though, I can't tell you too much about it, but when you watch it, you get to choose what happens.
Right. I know the general premise. So I'm curious, how does it compare to like those kind of games, like
choose your own adventure kind of things?
Yeah, it is like a Telltale game. It's essentially a Telltale game, but like on steroids.
Pretty much. I've never played a Telltale game before ever, but it's for that kind of genre, the choose your own adventures. I read a lot of those choose your own adventures back when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But I got like huge flashbacks to like being a little kid, and it's set in the 80s, so there's a really cool nostalgic feeling about it.
Right.
But yeah,
That's cool.
it's I haven't looked up how many different options there are, but I summarized that there's probably at least like 20 different options, like 20 different endings that could happen.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to trying that out sometime. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but yeah, that sounds dope. I'm trying to, yeah, like we said, we watched Bodyguard. We're about
Is Emma
halfway
still
through,
here?
probably. No, she bounced.
She said she was gonna be in the podcast.
Yeah, well, yeah, she says a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the dog was coming over and like trying to drop her toys on the table that I had my mic on. I was like, hey, you gotta go. That's
Sorry,
not gonna
Popo.
work out at all. Sorry, Elle. Ellie can be on the podcast next time. She can tell us all about like how many butts she sniffed and stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Other than that, I've just been watching. I haven't watched a whole lot, to be honest. Me and Emma watched Bodyguard together. I've been watching a lot of live sports. There's just been so much going on. My basketball, hockey, my Premier League soccer. Like I just mainly watch a lot of live sports when I get home, and then kind of chill out. You been playing anything but Smash?
Actually, I got my sister Overcooked too, and we beat that at home.
Nice.
That game is insane.
Nice. I love Overcooked.
There's a lot of harsh and annoyed feelings between us when playing when we failed.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah. I want Emma to play with me, but I also kind of don't because
I feel like
we're very competitive and combative sometimes, so I feel like it could go bad.
Well, you could play Overcooked with one person, but how you do that?
Oh, I've tried it. It's hard.
It gives you like a dummy character that you switch back and forth to, so you're only controlling one person, and that's super weird. And I don't really like that.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I played most of Overcooked 1 by myself, and it was really difficult.
Wow.
I was like, I could see why this would be would be
impressive.
a lot easier if I wasn't doing that. Yeah, I think I like 3/4 of the way through, and I got to 1. I was like, yeah, this definitely isn't gonna work by myself. But yeah, it's I love that game so much.
Yeah.
How does 2 compare? Is it pretty similar, or just like
it's pretty similar.
Or is it like different game mechanics?
They do have a couple of different mechanics, different like kitchen arenas, I guess you would call them. One is like one that stumped me and my sister quite a bit. Is like they have like a cave underground theme, and they added a mechanic where there's a you have like little. Actually, I'm not sure if this is in 1, but you have like little levers that move platforms, so people have to move onto them and stuff like that. There was one kitchen where all like everything was on a table in like a square ring, but everything else inside the square where you are at is just you can fall off. So the center platform, someone has to manually like move one person just like everywhere while still cooking. Everything's like across, like everything's just everywhere. That one was hard.
Intense. For those of you who don't know, so Overcooked basically it's like 2 chefs, and there's like different recipes he has to complete within like a time limit. And so you'll have like the ingredients, but you have to like chop them up and then like cook them properly, and then like move them to the right to like the takeout area. But it's like crazy. They're like the stuff will like light on fire randomly. There's like a conveyor belt, so it's like basically like you have to cook, but it like makes it really hard on you. And there's all sorts of like weird like challenges and stuff, and it's like the room will move, and it's really crazy. But yeah, with the time limit on it, it's a very stressful game when you're playing with somebody else, and yeah, you can really get under each other's skin for sure.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Where are my carrots? Where are my carrots?
I need that shit plated now.
Yeah, played it. Yeah, if you ever had like a Gordon Ramsay fantasy or something like that, would really help you out. I love that game. That's really great. Gotta love Overcooked. What a great like party game too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've only played with 2 people, but I've seen people play with 4 players, and that shit looks so chaotic, but it looks so goddamn fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah. So give me your like 30-second like Smash review.
Oh, just in general?
Yep.
Okay. Put me on the spot here. It's
I know.
I'd probably say it's probably the best Smash all around, even though you got Melee and how quote unquote perfect that game is, depending on who you ask. It has pretty much everything. The mechanics are super nice. There's a lot. The community really seems to be enjoying it. Like, it's bringing some of the people that did not want to move from Melee over to this one. It's just kind of bringing everyone together. It's just a blast to play. Everyone seems to be enjoying it. Everything seems to be going well. It's looking like the game will have a long lifespan ahead of it, which is something you can always hope for in the game. But yes, it is very good.
Yeah, so no complaints about like balancing or anything, like people who are like, because with so many characters, I feel like that's got to be an issue at times.
Yeah, it's a fighting game, so there's always going to be someone that's people think is OP. I personally, I think, well, I won't go too much into that, but there could be like maybe a couple people that need to be toned down or something like that. But honestly, everyone is still
overall really good. Huh?
Yeah, like even the worst characters, they're not worst characters because they have no place in the meta, or they're just so bad that, like, why would you ever pick them? Like, everyone's good. There are just some people that are just a lot better. So, which
gotcha.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, for a fighting game, that's,
you want everyone to be able to play who they want.
That's as almost as good as you can get. So I have no complaints about that there.
My only other question about it is, how's World of Light? Because I love Subspace Emissary. Like, that's one of my, like, I had so much fun playing that. How does it? I guess I don't know. Not everyone. A lot of people hate Subspace Emissary, so I guess I shouldn't say anything. But I really enjoyed it.
I loved it.
How is World of Light?
Take my advice. Just like, if you're looking for some time to kill, go ahead and do it. But if you're looking to get something out of it, just don't even bother.
Not so much.
No,
doesn't compare to Subspace.
It has maybe 6 cutscenes in it, but all of them are about.
That's all.
All of them are about like 5 seconds long, and I think only 2 of them you only get to see like maybe 3 characters in the shot, and it's like their back. So it's really lame.
That's lame.
Yeah,
the Subspace Emissary cutscenes are amazing.
Oh, absolutely. That game had a budget. They definitely put a lot of money into those cutscenes and a really quote unquote fleshed out story. But for the World of Light, if you want my honest opinion, just don't even bother.
It's more of a tack on.
Yeah. I mean, if you want something kind of weird to do, go for it. But if you're looking for some meaning out of it, just don't even bother.
All right. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. Subspace Emissary was the coolest. Like, that was so fun. I loved that. Well, that's good. Well, I mean, obviously that's like not where you want them to put like all of their
no
all their attention onto. Obviously, it's just like a fun add-on thing. But yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad everyone's happy with it.
100%.
Especially a game with so much hype like that. It's like you're always worried that the backlash is going to be, right.
To the point where
it's not exactly what everyone wants. Like, just keep it up. But I'm glad it's going well.
Yep. I'm looking forward to more developments. Like, every day, someone like on Reddit or something says like, "Oh, I discovered a new tech," or "This character has a 0 to death combo," and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to see things like that.
That's awesome. That's fun. All the stuff that you can like uncover and develop there. Yeah,
that's the best thing. Awesome. About any game or fighting game is just the community around it. Doubt.
Yeah, that's really cool. For me, I've just been playing more Red Dead. I've just been taking my time with it. Like, when I first got it, I played like nonstop for like 3 days, and I was like, no, this game's too good. I want to just like slow down and enjoy it and play it at my speed. And it's been so good. That game is unbelievable. And like every time I play it, I like discover something new or like see something else that like blows my mind. And yeah, it's awesome. I was just the random stuff that can happen in that game, man. I'm in like the swamp part right now, and I'm like riding through on my horse, and this guy is like kind of on the edge of the water, like with his horse. I don't remember what he was doing with it, like shoeing it or something. He's like, "Hey, partner." And as I'm looking at him, a freaking gator comes up, grabs him by the leg, and pulls him in the water, just like out of nowhere. Whoa. I'm like, that's intense. That is intense.
God, I don't think I'll ever finish that game.
Yeah, it's long, man.
Yeah.
Like, Even if you just like mainline the main story, it is insanely long. But I've been absolutely enjoying it. It's unbelievable.
I still need to finish that. God of War and Spider-Man PlayStation 4. Like
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
it was like the three games of the year, man.
yeah, pretty much. Which I'm super glad God of War
man.
got one game of the year. I'm very happy.
Yeah, that was well deserved. Did you see during the Game Awards they had the guy who voiced Kratos and the guy who voiced his son doing? He's like,
read it, boy.
I was like, no way.
That guy had
awesome.
a crazy suit on too. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he looked nuts. He looked nuts. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, that guy looks like he voices Kratos. That sounds about right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Then there's
Cool.
this first quarter for video games for stuff that I will be needing to play that will even more take my time away from those 3 games. So yeah,
I know, right?
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yep.
There's just so much stuff now, man. If you have like any sort of like varied interest, like you're just gonna be bombarded with stuff. Like I'm like movies. We were sitting there when we went to Into the Spider-Verse. Well, the last movie I went to was, and it was a while ago, man. I don't even know.
Did you end up
Infinity
seeing
War, maybe?
Aquaman by chance?
I didn't. No, I did not. I heard pretty good things though.
I heard that you're gonna like it if you like kind of 80s campiness, 80s and 90s campiness.
Yeah, it was kind of like campy, like over the top,
like kind of
sorta,
goofball kind of stuff. If you like that shit, then you're gonna love it. If you don't, then you're gonna hate it.
Right? Yeah. Man. I'd like to see DC do well with some of their stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like obviously rising tide lifts all boats, but like, yeah, man, it's been tough out there for them. I hope. I'm glad this one was at least somewhat positively received. But that's good. That's good. I think they should go and do the
Aquaman
model
of all people.
Just do right, exactly. Aquaman and Wonder Woman, the ones they nailed. Batman and Superman, they got like nothing. They should do just the one-off stuff. Like just do different weird stories. Like have a different Batman for like have this one Batman story, then like do like another one. Just like make it completely. Don't do like the cinematic universe. Like they're doing this Joker movie. Like have that just like stand alone, not connect to anything. Like
the
I just like this. I think that is how you can make really good movies. Is you don't have to worry about a lot of the connective stuff.
Like the what if story for Batman if I forget his name, but Batman's dad he survives, but his wife and Bruce died, then he becomes Batman.
Yep. Yeah, he becomes Batman. Yeah,
that'd be a really cool story.
The Thomas Wayne story is really good. Mm-hmm. There's all sorts of really good stuff in there they could do. There was rumors that I don't know who the director was. It was someone I really liked, but they were gonna do like a very like noir, like not even like a comic movie, like basically like a detective story Batman, where it's like Batman like is like basically like just a like way more of like a detective than like a fighter and like explosions and like punch him up. Like it sounded really cool. I don't remember who it was, but like just like do that. Like have it just be like a one-off thing.
Yeah,
like that's what I think they should do.
Now that I think about it, I can't think of any. Well, actually, there might have been one or two, but off the top of my head, I can't think of like any Batman movie that's more detective Batman versus Batman that beats people up, like an actual
and that's one of my favorite things about the animated series and then a lot of the comics too. That's why Batman's like kind of the dopest.
Yeah, like mystery movies.
They should do that.
Mystery movies nowadays don't really exist that much, so to have a Batman one would be kind of cool.
Yeah, you'll get like some crimey thriller sort of stuff like that, but yeah, and Batman can just fit seamlessly into that.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And there's so many different like villains. Like his rogues gallery is like by far the best. You can pick all sorts of different things. Speaking of that, that's what I really enjoyed so far. What I seen about Far From Home, the next Spidey movie, is they're going Mysterio as the villain.
I dig Mysterio,
which is really interesting. I like they're picking the people that you wouldn't necessarily like Vulture and Mysterio as like two that that they're selecting like right away, which is really interesting. I like that. And Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. That's very interesting.
I do like Ultimate Spider-Man's version of Scorpion though. He's like actual like metal scorpion legs, and he's Hispanic too. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was sweet. The Doc Ock twist in Into the Spider-Verse was amazing.
My friends call me Liz.
I very much enjoyed that. Yeah. Do you know who voiced her?
No, I don't.
Catherine Hahn.
Really?
So she's you know her from like Step Brothers and
That's really cool.
She's awesome. Yeah, I love her. just look through that IMDb. There's all sorts of like random people that pop up in that movie. You're like, no way, was that who I thought it was? Like, it's amazing.
Yeah. Cool.
The number one thing, not to dwell on Spider-Verse, but the number one thing from that I walked out of the movie thinking, or not number one thing. The number one thing was, oh my god, that was amazing. Probably number two was, so this movie was, I think, just was written by Lord and Miller, the guys who did the Lego Movie. And it just made me think, God, I really wish we could have seen. Yeah, I really wish we could have seen their Han Solo.
Yeah, very true. They were very interesting.
They were the first. They were the original people in charge of that, and then they got canned by Disney. Though, depending on who you listen to, like some people are like, oh, they tried to do like too much weird stuff, and Disney didn't like it. But then also, like Disney people say, like they basically like had no idea how to run like a big like professional set, and like they were just like way behind, and were just like really unprofessional, and that's why they got kicked off. So if that's the case, then I don't have a lot of sympathy for them, obviously. But man, I just love everything those guys do, and like their conception of Han Solo would have been so interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm curious to know like if the reason why people would be interested in it because they didn't like Han Solo. Personally, for me, I didn't mind Han Solo that much. I thought
it was fine.
Yeah,
I thought it was fine. But I would have liked to see. I love their stuff, so I'd been really interested to see what.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
interesting.
Again, did not mind Han Solo. There was like a couple things that were like, and there were a couple things that were like, okay, I can get on board with this, but yeah. I mean, every time you hear a movie like switch directors, everyone's gonna say, I wonder what their version will have looked like.
Right. Yeah. It's always tough. And it's hard to you can't go hindsight on those things because like you said, you don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Like maybe they were way behind or were like over budget and stuff like that. There's a lot more to making a movie than just like, oh, I have a cool like script, let's do it.
Who was your Secret Santa, or who was your Secret Santa, and who was the person that you gave someone a gift?
I got Abby.
You got
and she
Abby,
had
so you gave a gift to Abby.
Yeah, I got Abby. Yes, she had one thing on her list, so I was like,
it was a purse, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I was like, I'm gonna get creative. I'm gonna get her something from Colorado, blah blah blah. I could not come up with anything. I'm terrible with gift giving. It's like I'm just gonna get her what she wants. Like I don't know, whatever. And my Secret Santa.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Was the Korean? Yeah, that was the Korean Santa.
I honestly forgot that I was the one that gave you a gift.
Yeah, you leave out kimchi for Korean Santa instead of cookies. I think that's how that goes. Yeah, it's nice. Maybe a little messier for him, but that's okay.
Did you end up using those gloves for skiing?
Oh yeah, it was perfect because I had a pair that was just like that, but the like e-touch, like, because you want to be able to use your phone while you're wearing the gloves, that had like rubbed off, and I was getting really frustrated, like having to take my gloves. It's such a like first world problem thing, but I was getting really frustrated with it. I was really pissed off about it. So then my parents, when they brought your gift out there, I was like, oh thank God, yes, because I wear them all the time because I'm outside all the time for like work and stuff, and I'm like, oh, thank God. So yeah, it's like that small like next level of convenience I have again, and I'm very very appreciative of it. Yeah, and I was so happy you got me the Scott Frost comic book too because I'd seen that around. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I wish I could get that. Like, how cool is that?
Did your dad tell you how I came across that?
No, he did not. He said he read it already though before he gave it to me. Cool.
I accidentally signed up for a the Opinion Tribune, or no, the Omaha World Herald, which is a newspaper around the Omaha area, wouldn't you know it. I accidentally signed up for one, and the guy that the very nice elderly man that was super sweet to me, that took my money, he said, are you a Nebraska fan or an Iowa fan? And I told him that I was an Iowa fan. And he said, oh, well, here, give this to a Nebraska fan that you know. I'm like, okay. And he handed me the Scott Frost comic book. I never even knew that
that's so
existed.
Cool.
But for a while, I'm like, I had that in my car for a long time. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Like, I guess I could give it to Ben next time he's in town or just do something about it.
Yes.
And then once Christmas started coming around and I had your gift, I'm like, crap, Ben's not coming home for Christmas, and I kind of don't really want to mail this. Then I heard that your folks were meeting up with you in Colorado. I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'll go over to them, and they can just be my shipping, and they could just give it to you. So I drive to your house, get the package. I look down in my car and see the comic book. I'm like, the hamburgers will like this, so I just grabbed it and I gave it to your dad.
Oh, that was sick.
Oh yeah, like
he loved it.
When I walked into your parents' house, I gave them the package, and I was just kind of like holding the comic book kind of up my side, not really noticeable, and then I just said to your dad, your mom, and Lydia was in the kitchen area, and after I gave the package, I'm like, oh, so I got this comic book, so I'm probably not gonna read it, so here, you guys can have it. I showed the cover to everyone. Your dad, like, got up, had a huge smile, like, oh, thanks. He took it from me, just, like, started reading it immediately. Like, I got a good chuckle of that.
That sounds about right. That's Pops.
It was like,
that's about right.
Like Patrick Umberger as a little kid again. It was really funny.
Yep, that's what it takes. Like World War II documentaries, cowboy shows, Husker football, guns, and alcohol. I mean, that's his alley, and like outdoor chores. Also, a big fan of those. Yeah, that's how he gets down.
Who did Emma get, or who did Emma get and give?
She got Kristen.
Okay.
I don't remember what she sent her, but Kristen was really pleased. She texted me about it. I don't remember what it was, and I don't remember.
I think it was Abby.
I think you're right. I think it was Abby. I don't recall. That was such a good idea. We didn't do that every year.
Oh, I think that's really going to be a tradition now.
Yeah, I like it. New traditions. Gotta love it. Got to love it. But anyway, guys, that's kind of what we've been up to here during our little hiatus. Mm-hmm. We had a great time, but the whole time I was here, I was like, man, I gotta get back on the pod, man. I miss it. We got to get back to the people. Yep. So it was really good to be back and get an episode out there to all the folks. But we will be back shortly. We're gonna record a couple other ones tonight and get some stuff stored up. So we've got gonna get some a surplus, exactly. So when stuff comes up, we're not like behind the week and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks again for listening. It was great to be back. Great to hear from you, Nick.
Yeah,
I was gonna call you the other day and talk. I was like, well, that's dumb. We should just wait till the podcast.
Yeah.
So it was really good too. It was good to catch up. And thank you everyone for listening. I hope your holidays were great. Hope you're all set for your 2019. Are you before we end? Are you a resolution guy?
Kind of. I was actually thinking about this right before we started. I didn't really come up with a New Year's resolution, but
dude, I'm not, man. I can't never think of anything that specific, and I know I'll forget about it. So I just don't even bother anymore.
I think for New Year's resolutions, you want to obviously do something that's obtainable. So kind of in the back of my mind, my New Year's resolution is to move out of my freaking house. Already kind of.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, already kind of in the machinations of doing that. Kind of been looking at places. So,
oh, nice.
Yep. That will probably happen this year.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one. Nice. All right. Well, cool. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. We will catch you in the next episode. Peace out.
Bye.